That motivated you to make the Yek gun show.
Pretty much, that's what it was. I was like, Latverian lat bombs. That's what I'm bringing with me.
It's all that Latverian hibiscus. All right, here we go again with another episode of Comic Books and Cold Ones. This is the podcast where we talk all things comic books and drink all things beer. This is KMac, and of course, I am joined by the ruler of Latveria. We'll call it Yekveria for this, Yekter Von Doom. How you doing, Yek?
Pretty good, KMac there. Man of living sound. How are you today?
I like that. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Can I sing you a note? All right, everybody. Welcome back again to another recording here where we're going to break down some fun things. This is another one in our big Swig pub crawls, and we're breaking down the important events of different universes and crossovers throughout comics history. And today we're hitting one of the biggest that really set off the trend after the one we did last time with Contest of Champions. This one's probably more famous and probably set the book print or book type, whatever template, that's the word I'm looking for for how to do crossovers, and that is the Marvel Comics 1980 Secret Wars.
Yeah, and it was, as you said, after Contest of Champions. It took a lot from Contest of Champions, but it really did set the mold in how they did crossovers and events. Well, mostly events, and then the next one crossovers. But yeah, this is kind of like setting the tone for the modern age of events here.
And if you liked our previous Contest of Champions breakdown while we drank some good beers, and you're like this one with Secret Wars breaking down some good beers as well, you can reach us at email at cbcopodcast@gmail.com, at cbco_podcast on Twitter, or on Instagram at Comic Books and Cold Ones. No secrets, no wars. Just hit us up and let us know what you think about our show. Like us, follow us, send us beer ideas and things to drink. We love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, and rate our podcast. Give us 5 stars. That'd be perfect. With a rating, tell us what you like, what you don't like, etc.
No secret ratings, though.
No, only warlike ratings.
Only warlike ratings.
Yes.
So as KMac broke it down, and I did just talk about this, the template. This is the big one that set everything off. So we need some really good beers to go along with this one today. So KMac, I'm gonna let you roll off the tongue what you're gonna be drinking while we break this down, and how it may fit with this little yarn of 12 issues that appeared from May 1984 to April 1985.
All right. Well, it fits perfectly because in this story, we're going to summarize it, obviously, in a little bit. But in this story, Dr. Doom's passion is trying to reach the heights of gods. He's essentially revealing that
Doom is a god.
Doom is a god, yes. So his passion is to reach the heights of the gods, and my beer is called Passion of the Heights, coincidentally. Like that?
Very much passion, man.
Yes. And this is an American wheat ale with hibiscus, rose hips for me, citrus zest.
Doom doesn't like hibiscus.
He loves hibiscus. There's hibiscus all over Latveria, and you know it. And a hint of cinnamon.
Doom does like cinnamon bread.
He does like cinnamon.
It was taught to me by my gypsy mother.
Right. And this is made by Florida Avenue Brewing Company, which has a brewery about 20 minutes from here. That Ocho and I, remember Ocho? We frequent it periodically. So I've enjoyed this beer before, and I've learned, just doing a little bit of cursory research here, that it won Best Florida Beer in 2019 in the Gold Herb Spice Pumpkin category. U.S. Beer Open Championship 2019, silver medal. U.S. Beer Open Championship 2020, bronze.
Doom cares not for your medals. Doom only likes rolling down FLA Avenue with his bass going while the honeys jump and jump.
So this is an herbal wheat hibiscus wheat ale. It has 4.7 ABV. The hops, I can tell you. Do you know what the hops are? Do you want to know?
What are the hops on this bad boy? I'm getting Citra.
They're Madarina and Warrior.
Madarina and Warrior.
Yeah.
Doom only likes Warrior hops.
It's a secret Warrior hops. And I don't have any international Bitterness units.
Doom is international in his bitterness for not achieving the heights of goddom yet.
What does IBU stand for again?
International Bitterness Units.
No, what does
We
it stand
broke all
for
the
in comic
acronyms
books?
down.
What
You
is
know
it?
these acronyms, Calamachius.
What does it stand for comic books?
For comic books, it was Iron Man beats Ultron.
Iron Man beats Ultron. No Iron Man's beating Ultron here.
Which is something that could occur when we break down the players in this little event. But to go along with this event, I will highlight another one of the major players in this big crossover series, and that is the man of minuscule size who controls minuscule things. Who am I talking about, KMac?
Minuscule size who controls minuscule things.
Yes.
It is the Molecule Man.
Yes, and what's Molecule Man's most distinguishing feature?
Oh, the lightning bolts on his face.
His funky face, which is the name of the beer I'm drinking from Old Ox Brewery. This is a margarita-inspired ale brewed with lime, salt, and lactose. And it does have a funky face on the cover here. And let me see here. It's coming in at 5% alcohol. It's got the color of pale straw, they say. I don't know what that is. Is Molecule Man pale and straw? I believe so.
I've seen other beers with that too, and I don't know what that is.
Lime and sweet orange peel, tart, limey goodness, just like the little Molecules Man himself, Owen Reese. And this is coming from Old Ox Brewery, which is out of Ashburn, Virginia here, a local one. You can get some of these beers at the Natty Nats game sometimes in the craft beer tent.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
Yeah. But I've never had the funky face before, so I'm going to crack this open. Let's crack this.
Yeah, I've had this one a few times, so this is not a first for me.
Oh, the molecules are pouring out into my glass. I can't control them, though.
I got Doom's godlike power in this glass.
It does make a funky noise like a kind of a margarita color. It does look a little pale and strawy.
All right.
I can smell the salt and a little bit of the lime. Not that much. Let's see here.
I smell Latverian hibiscus.
But only in the Latverian Botanical Gardens is where I grow my hibiscus.
Yes. How is it?
If you notice my face,
it's a little molecule-y.
Well, I see why they call it funky face, because the tartness makes your face pucker up. Like a funky face. Yeah, if you want to go instant Molecule Man face, this is the beer for you.
You got bitter beer face?
Whoa, not bitter, just tart. It like literally shrinks your whole mouth in because it's so tart. Oh man, I did not expect that. They weren't lying from Old Ox. Yeah, my cheeks uncontrollably just come in. So if you see me, my head implode. It's from the tartness. That is an interesting beer. I of the beers we've drank on here, I think this might be one of the most interesting ones I've had.
Yeah, you're usually pretty satisfied. You don't usually tart up like that.
No, I don't. I can't think of a beer that I've ever had like that. Even sour beers that really come through like that. I mean, it's a sour beer, but it's
so sour really ale, right? Is that what it is? Yeah. Sour ale.
They don't really. Yeah, it's an ale. Yeah, sour ale. Margarita inspired.
Yeah, margarita. I gotta get off the sours for a little bit. I had too many.
Bah, Doom is always sour.
He is always sour. Doom is sour and salty.
So these are the 5 beers we're going to be drinking, and I'm going to tell a sour story here about how this came about. When one little editor-in-chief of Marvel decided that everybody at Marvel wasn't doing enough to sell books, and he decided that Contest of Champions idea was a pretty good thing, so he went with it and rolled with it, and took all the popular characters out of all the comic books for a full year so he could write this story, which is pretty impressive. And that man is Jim Shooter, who writes this whole series and was editor-in-chief at the time, but he does not put himself as editor-in-chief of this comic. He does let Tom DeFalco take the editor
duties.
Duties. And the main 2 artists for this are Mike Zeck, draws a lot of the book, as well as Bob Layton. And a few other people chip in at times for some of the sweet covers, which I think this has 2 of the best covers in the 80s, actually, in Marvel Comics. and we'll
Yep.
break that down. So give me the 5-second overview of why what this is all about. KMac is.
Well, this entity called the Beyonder pulls a group of heroes and a group of villains onto these satellites, then puts them on a planet and says, if you can destroy the other group, then you will get anything you want. Hijinks ensue, team split up, people are backstabbed. Eventually, Doom gets Galactus's powers, then he gets the Beyonder's powers, and then he loses them. Game over. And they all go home.
What's the name of the place that they end up on?
Battleworld.
And who names it that? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. They just kind of call it that, don't they?
Just a terrible, terrible name. And who's representing the side of light and goodness in this tussle on the infamous Battleworld?
Yeah, so they take heroes, like you said, from a bunch of different groups. So we have several Avengers. We have Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Wasp, and Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau.
And the Iron Man in this one is not Tony Stark, because he's all liquored up at this time. Maybe drinking some turd sour ale himself and in recovery. This is James Rhodes, Rhodey Iron Man.
Don Cheadle, everybody.
Who loves to hit on ladies while wearing the Iron Man armor.
He does love the ladies. And Hawkeye is the other Avenger that's there.
And then also She-Hulk was at this time in Avengers.
That's
at this time. So those are the Avengers. And then rounding out the crew of just randomness is Hulk, Spider-Man, and 3 of the Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic Thing, Human Torch, and eventually the new Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter, shows up out of nowhere, which will break down also. But for some reason, the Beyonder didn't want to send Sue Storm along with the rest of the Fantastic Four because she was preggers, and I guess not fit for Battleworld.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting choice there, but nice of the Beyonder, I suppose.
Well, he's from beyond. He's not from beyond, pregnancy.
Right. And so Jim Shooter made an interesting choice because they also brought over the current team of X-Men at the time, which was Professor X, Cyclops, Storm, Nightcrawler, Rogue, and Colossus, and Magneto, and originally paired them with the heroes, but had to segregate them out right away to their own place.
Oh, yeah, and we'll break that down on why that happens and why that's so weird. Yeah, but Magneto at first shows up on the villain side, but on the hero side, so it's not quite clear. And all the regular non-mutants treat him as a villain, and the X-Men kind of treat him as a villain, but are like, no, he's with us now because he's reforming. So it's not quite certain what his game is.
Yeah, and a lot of this story, what happens between issues 1 and 12, don't really make a lot of sense and don't really have to happen to further the story. They're just things happening.
They made sense to Jim Shooter, and
they sure did.
They made sense on Battleworld.
Well, everything makes sense on Battleworld.
This tired, funky face makes sense on Battleworld.
Denver makes sense on Battleworld.
So, and then he scoops up a bunch of villains in addition to heroes, and the villains are pretty much a random cadre of all the big villains that they can get together to represent the different groups, with the exception of the X-Men, which is Magneto is supposed to represent them. But you get Dr. Doom, Dr. Octopus, and Lizard for, of course, Spider-Man. You get Kang and Ultron for the Avengers. You get for the Hulk, Absorbing Man, and the Wrecking Crew, consisting of the Wrecker, Bulldozer, Thunderball, Piledriver. And then you get Molecule Man, and I'm missing one more. Oh, yeah, for Thor, Enchantress.
Yeah.
And then the big guy sitting in the room that is a villain, but not really a villain, is Galactus, who immediately takes out Ultron.
Right, that was kind of funny.
And also for the Avengers, Kang. I left out Kang. So. And then we eventually stumble into a few more characters. Somehow Claw gets involved because he was stuck away on the Beyonder ship when he gets called to Battleworld.
Yeah, Galactus' ship.
Galactus' ship, yeah. And then, of course, Dr. Doom being Dr. Doom creates 2 new villains. Just like we got a new Spider-Woman out of nowhere, we get 2 new super villains out of the Denver suburbs in Titania and Volcana.
Yeah, and I've heard that Titania is going to be a villain in the She-Hulk show on Disney+.
Is she?
That's what I heard.
Is she going to be from Denver? Are they going to have Battleworld?
That show's going to be in Denver on Battleworld.
Is she gonna be hyper pissed off like she is in this comic book?
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
That's what I want to know. Is when we get to that, we'll discuss that. But as KMac pointed it out, this is really a big story arc on what would Doctor Doom do if he could get all the power.
Yeah.
With side hijinks of other characters. And we're not going to walk you through everything because you can read yourself all 12 issues and get the height of us. The upshot from this was, like we said, it became the big template for all crossovers come for, made Jim Shooter big and famous because it sold really well, and it led to Jim Shooter becoming big and famous enough that he could do Secret Wars 2, and then Jim Shooter getting fired and hated because he made Secret Wars 2.
Yes. The whole purpose of Secret Wars was to make Secret Wars 2, and the awesome stories that come from that. I'm super excited to read that, by the way. I've never read that either.
Oh, it is impressive.
I've read a few issues of it. I think I have one or two. But and full disclosure, I never read this first Secret Wars until we read it for this podcast. So
you don't know comics if you've never read your whole Secret Wars.
I know. I don't know how I missed it. I just never got around to it. I was too busy reading all my X-Men stuff.
All your X-Men stuff.
All my X-Men on Krakoa stuff.
So to break it down, we're going to break out some highlights in here. So the first big highlight is, as K-Mac mentioned, Magneto eventually joins up with the heroes, but realizes he's unfit with the heroes, the villains. And so on Battleworld, the Beyonders outfitted the place with lots of fortresses that you can go hang out in, both for the good guys, bad guys, and also if you just want to get away.
Yeah, you can go find your own.
You can go find your way. So Magneto goes, finds his own, and eventually he gets a stowaway in his ship, and that's the Wasp.
Yeah, it's weird. He goes back to the hero's base to do something, and then he just ends up kidnapping Wasp. So it's really his motives are unclear, but he gets Wasp back to his base, and I think that's the most important part.
Yes. And so Wasp, taking advantage of this, decides she's kind of infatuated with Magneto, we think, and she puts her sexy waspy moves on him.
Yeah, maybe I like to call this part of the book #MeToo Magneto.
Yes,
because Magneto has some Weinsteinian tendencies here. Like, you want to kiss me. Like, okay, Magneto, you're very creepy here.
It does have a recliner though, with a nice charcuterie board and wine.
He does.
Ready on Battleworld.
It has a nice setup
to whisk away the heiress Janet Van Dyne.
Right. Well, so later, can I mention something? One thing I noticed about Janet Van Dyne is she and Molecule Man have essentially the same costume.
Yes.
Right. So maybe Magneto thought he was getting Molecule Man and wanted to put the moves on him.
And that same costume also looks like Screaming Mimi's costume at the time from Marvel.
Oh, it does.
Marvel. So maybe he thought he was getting Screaming Mimi, and maybe he wanted a triplet of Molecule Man, Wasp, and Screaming Mimi. And the costume we're talking about looks like a clown costume with a big purple ruffle jumpsuit, green jumpsuit.
Yeah, a lot of characters are wearing the green-purple combination here.
Big Jim Shooter fan.
Yeah, I imagine those are the cheapest colors to get.
On Battleworld?
No, for inkers.
Whoa. I was just figuring Battleworld, they just had a sale going on.
Probably.
Because you can get new costumes on Battleworld.
Oh, you can. You can.
But eventually, Magneto and Wasp go astray when we find out Wasp was just there, sexy him up to get information on what he's up to next when the X-Men come and join Magneto. But that brings us to our next big event before the X-Men join him. We get the X-Men deciding that they want to get away from all the other heroes for some unknown reason. And Spider-Man overhears it. Yeah. And then Spider-Man overhears it and decides to trash them.
Right. And the best line in there is Nightcrawler saying, "We can't catch him. He's just too fast. You're Nightcrawler. You can teleport in front of him. You can do it.
You can't stop down Spider-Man.
Obviously.
More acrobatic than you. He's stronger than you. He's faster than you." But Spider-Man gets away and gets mind wiped by the dickiest of dicks in this whole series.
Xavier, yeah. Which makes sense because that's really what he is.
But he becomes even super dicky because Professor Xavier in this whole series has the ability to walk around. And I guess the ability to walk around makes him a big swinging dick because he's just an asshole to everybody.
He is,
including deciding randomly that all the regular heroes suck and they don't need to be around him because the mutants can't trust him. And when all the regular heroes have done is like, hey, you want to hang out? We want to get off this Battleworld too.
Yeah, they've just Cyclops and Reed Richards are just chatting, having a good time. Xavier's like, we need to get out of here. And he just yells at Storm all the time.
Yes.
Like that she's not that on Battleworld, she can't be the leader of the team. It's like, come on, dude.
Hey, I've got my legs back. I can use my mind and my legs.
And leg, yeah. It's like a
Which
brain
would
on
have been
legs.
awesome if somebody goes, yeah, you got your arms and legs, but no hair back there, Chrome Dome.
Yeah, that's weird. You'd think they would have just given him his hair back too. That's the Beyonder
Yeah.
just being a dick.
But they run around to join Magneto because I guess mutants want to stick together inexplicably.
Right, because at this point in continuity, I mean, Magneto, I think, was starting to become that more gray area character, but he hadn't completely gotten there yet. So
and this is the direction they start rolling him over to be the head of the New Mutants and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
where he removes the helmet for good for a while.
Oh yeah, and has the costume with the cape and the big. Well, he has a cape now, but with the purple and the big M on the chest. Yep. Yeah, sweet
he tries
costume.
to reconcile with his daughter and son.
Now, do they ever bring anything about he and Wasp back into the regular stories? I don't think so, right?
I'm trying to think if they have, and I don't remember it ever occurring.
Because we read those Avengers West Coast issues where Magneto came to get Scarlet Witch when she was having her breakdown, and Wasp was there, and I don't think they made mention of it.
And also, Wasp, wasn't she at the Thanksgiving dinner in the Vision and Scarlet Witch miniseries?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember if they mentioned it.
That was after
I can't remember
Wars,
if that's before. Right? I couldn't remember if that was before or after. Well, maybe that's where she decided he was kind of hunky.
Oh, yeah, and Magneto was like, hey, I'm going to kidnap her one day and force her to kiss me. That's my plan.
I'm so kissable. You're so kissable.
Even though I'm like 60 and you're like 20.
Well, and this time Wasp is firmly in her 30s. And an heiress. And it's the 80s.
That's true. Different times.
And wearing... Oh, God, this is a so dark. Magneto wouldn't be kissable if he was drinking this beer.
No, that's for sure. That's so funny.
So after Spider-Man trounces the X-Men, what's the next person that gets to trounce the X-Men?
Well, like we talked about, the Wasp was at Magneto's fortress when the X-Men arrived to join up with him, and that's when Wasp revealed, haha, I don't really like you, Magneto. I was tricking you to try to see what your plans were. And then Wasp like stings him in the face and then blasts through the X-Men and escapes on like because all of these bases also have like ships, and she escapes in a ship,
rocket spaceship.
Yeah, and Magneto starts to bring it down, but then Professor X stops her, and then Wasp ends up on her own weird adventure at that point. But she makes it through, but she does manage to beat Magneto and the X-Men.
Yes.
So Shooter does not like the X-Men. I don't think he and Chris Claremont got along very well, to be honest.
Well, that would be the case, I think, for most people at Marvel.
And Jim Shooter, yeah.
Because, well, I guess, like I've said before, Jim Shooter saved Marvel Comics because he actually made people produce comics. He did produce them getting their best work, so Chris Claremont probably produced his best work under Jim Shooter, but they didn't like him because, well, he kind of got an ego after this with the Secret Wars being so successful. And he worked his way up from a kid writing comic books for DC to take over all of Marvel, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive story. That's for sure. I mean, a lot of these writers at this time just started out in like the mail room or doing whatever, at Marvel or at DC. So they all kind of, it was, I guess, a more open industry at that point for, for young people to just get in and
young,
work
ambitious.
Their way up. Yeah.
So she only gets away because Max has realized he's got to let his love go away, even though he can't crush her thanks to Professor Xavier's counseling.
Yeah, and she's not a mutant, so it really wasn't meant to be.
Well,
she's not a dirty mutie.
She's not a dirty mutie. And then some shenanigans go on, of course, with the bad guys fighting the good guys fighting the bad guys. Dr. Doom bringing Ultron back, but we finally get a big mountain dropped on all the heroes that aren't the X-Men, courtesy of one Mr. Funky Face Lightning Bolt Molecule Man, which leads us to one of the greatest covers, I think, in the 80s
Yeah.
by Bob Layton. And what's on that cover of issue
Well,
number 4?
it is the Hulk essentially holding a mountain on his shoulders, like squatting, holding a mountain on his shoulders, and all the heroes are like huddled around him because he saved them all from being crushed by that mountain that Molecule Man dropped on them. And this Hulk is he's Hulk strength, but he has Banner's mind. So at least most of Banner's mind. So um, it's
And it
not the
has
rampaging Hulk; it's a smart Hulk.
some of the best text ever written for a cover, which is beneath 150 billion tons.
So
That's
heavy
right,
mountain.
150 billion tons stands the Hulk, and he's not happy.
Yeah, this is my favorite cover of this series for sure, and it's one of the best covers.
Yeah. And Hulk didn't. Thank God for the heroes that Hulk didn't skip leg day.
Yeah, no, because he's it's all legs, it's all squat.
Yeah, he's because he's got to hold up how many pounds with that?
150 billion tons.
Tons. I like they rounded it at least. They didn't go with a precision number.
Yeah.
I think that was DeFalco's doing because I'm sure Shooter had it down to 154 billion tons, 154 billion point 76.
Yeah, but there aren't too many of the, as far as the heroes are concerned at this point in the story too. They've been defeated twice essentially by the villains, and they're really hurting. It doesn't help to
Yes.
have a mountain dropped on you.
It can't stop it when the Molecule Man can bring a mountain.
I know. And now to I guess to segue a little bit, that's the only thing Molecule Man does in this whole story.
Yeah, well, eventually,
offensively.
Offensively, yeah. Oh no. When Doom gets beyond his powers, he finally gets pissed off enough to go after them after Doom, and he raises up another rock mountain after him.
Yeah, but that's like
that's his go-to move though, is rock mountain.
Yeah, it seemed like he would have done more because at the beginning Doom alluded that he would have needed Molecule Man, he needed Molecule Man's help for something, and he never really did. And
he eventually substitute Claw for it.
Yeah, pretty much. But so I think later on, the Secret Wars story that Jonathan Hickman writes that came out about 10 years ago, Doom uses Molecule Man more in that story than he does in this one.
Well, I hope so.
So that's really just like, I think Jim Shooter was foreshadowing Jonathan Hickman's story to come out 30 years later. The genius that is Jim Shooter.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, drink that beer. I want to see your face.
Well, we made a Molecule Man reference, so I have to do my funky face.
Yeah. Is that you, Owen?
Where's my volcano? But before we get to volcano, all the heroes get roughed up a lot of times in this. So we get a beat up Human Torch, we get a beat up Colossus, we get a beat up Wasp, we get a beat up She-Hulk, we get a beat up a lot of them. And all of them, for some reason, there's a strange alien village that was made into the combination of planets that created Battleworld with one healer named Zaji. Did I say that right? Bless me.
Well, that's what it is. Yeah, you're right. You heard it here first, everyone. That's how you pronounce that.
But Juice and Shooter decides this yarn needs a complicated love triangle, involving the Human Torch and the Colossus, who falls.
It's weird that so Zaji can't understand English. She's an alien from another planet. Human Torch likes her, but really doesn't care. And Colossus is super, super in love with her.
So much so he puts Kitty Pryde aside. His little Katya.
Yeah, like that.
Malinkaya Katya. Bye-bye. Baka, as they would say in Russia.
Babushka. Babushka. I don't know what that means.
Babushka means grandmother.
Goodbye, Grandma.
Paka babushka means bye-bye, Grandma.
Paka babushka.
But they create this weird love triangle, and Zaji can heal people, so she starts healing people, and she also communicates telepathically. So Human Torch thinks she's pretty sexy, but then he's just like, no, she's my side piece. I don't care about her. And Colossus, as we said, falls head over heels. It eventually gets her, and then she eventually dies. And that's the end of Zaji's and the love triangle that we didn't really need.
Yeah, and the best thing Human Torch does, he he flies her up in the air and sings Thriller by Michael Jackson to her. Because this is Thriller.
Because that's how you get the ladies in the 80s in Battleworld.
It is. It is.
Because Dodgy hadn't heard Michael Jackson and the mega hit that was Thriller, so he could say it was his own.
Right. It's like when Dr. Evil went back in time and wrote all those songs and everyone loved them.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was like, I wrote all these songs, Billie Jean, Thriller. But she doesn't understand English anyway, so.
But she loves her some Human Torch.
She does. She does. Well,
And
Johnny
eventually-
Storm, super sexy.
Super, super sexy.
Hot sexy.
In addition to Zaji, this weird character that we get, they created parts come from Earth to make Battleworld, so we get randomly a suburb of Denver.
Yeah.
And we get people from Denver become superheroes all of a sudden, because you get a gym shooter, love that mountain air.
Yeah, I wonder if he was from the Denver area.
No, he's from Pennsylvania.
Interesting. Weird it's not a suburb of Pittsburgh.
Yes, or something to that effect, yes.
Yeah, you got all these Scranton guys here. That would have been worse, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so Doom puts these two women from this Denver suburb into these
Two friends.
tubes. Two friends into these tubes.
Who
And-
volunteer, I guess, randomly.
Yeah, he just
They're-
finds them randomly out of nowhere. It's weird. They're just there. And one of them becomes Volcana, and she gets fiery hot powers. And the other one becomes Titania, and she gets super, super strong powers.
And little did he know that he found a queen pissed off woman in Titania who just
I
wants to
know.
crush everything, including the other villain men, and
And-
anything she can get her hands on.
And one of them falls in love with Molecule Man for some reason. Which one is that?
Volcania,
Volcana.
because she falls for him because he treats her sweetly, and then they that becomes a big deal because of what happens in Secret Wars 2, them becoming a thing. And at the end of this, when they travel back to Earth and they set up shop in that same suburb in Denver as their house.
Yeah, because Molecule Man just flies the whole suburb back
Yes,
to Earth somehow.
indeed.
Partially, maybe. Who knows? And there's a third character out of this Denver suburb who isn't created by Doctor Doom, and it's the new Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter, and she just kind of shows up out of nowhere, and she's wearing the Black Spider-Man costume, essentially.
Basically, Black Spider-Man costume with high white boots instead.
Yeah. So it's almost like they drew her in that, and they were like, wait a second. We really hate drawing this intricate Spider-Man costume. What if Spider-Man had this costume too?
Yeah, and Spider-Man does allude to whether he has a copyright over what you said, the costume at one time during this. But yeah, it makes no sense where she comes from. So I looked up her backstory, and do you know where she comes from? So she was all of a sudden a superhero in Denver, but she didn't appear before this.
Oh, she did?
She did it.
No, I did not know. No.
So there's a group called the Commission,
Mhm.
which is the Commission on Super Agents.
Ooh, sounds serious.
Where they're the people that eventually run Freedom Force, and Julia Carpenter's best friend works for the Commission, a little lady by the name of Val Cooper.
Oh, Val Cooper, yeah, because
Who-
she is in Freedom Force.
Yes,
Too.
and that's the reason eventually Spider-Woman is a member of Freedom Force also.
Needs a paying gig.
Yes. Well, no, because she gets made by the Commission who runs Freedom Force.
Oh, she's
so-
made by them. Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
They,
But she still needs a paying gig.
yes.
That's why Freedom Force is there, for a paying
This
gig.
isn't New York City where you can just get by being a superhero. This is Denver.
I know. You need
You
some
gotta have a
cash.
regular job before you make it.
Right. I mean, it's not like you can just go around saving people all the time. It's not, like you said, not New York. In Denver, there's nothing to do. Well, suburb of Denver. Excuse me, Denver. We don't have any listeners in Denver. So, whatever. But suburbs of Denver, there's no one to save, nothing to do. You need some cash.
You need some money because you ain't saving but one person maybe a month.
And now she has her powers are more mind-based powers than physical powers, right?
She has superhuman string endurance and those things, but then she makes spider webs out of her psionic mind.
Yeah, that's right.
Psi webs that become materialized and they can last for like an hour or something like that.
And at this point, Jessica Drew didn't have any powers, if I'm remembering correctly.
This is
So
correct.
they thought they'd make a new Spider-Woman.
Yep. This is
Gotcha.
a way, just like the Contest of Champions, where they're like, we'll introduce new characters that people will love, like Volcana and Titania and a new
Yeah,
Spider-Woman. They
exactly.
went on to be huge characters
They
and sell
are.
many books for many years.
Be on many shows.
Beyond many shows, as you know.
Their following is that they have their their following is huge.
Although eventually we will watch the 90s Iron Man cartoon, in which Julia Carpenter is a member of
Force Works.
the first works, and and one of the women that are trying to sexy up Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Many comics, many TV shows. So after we get all these heroes, we get some more hijinks and shenanigans, and the X-Men finally get their comeback when an expeditionary force of Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, right?
And Rogue.
Oh, Rogue, no, sorry, Rogue, yeah. It's
Wolverine,
Rogue.
Rogue, and Cyclops. Yeah.
Yeah, Rogue, Cyclops, and Wolverine take it out on a number of the villains, and Wolverine sneaks up and actually sticks Owen Reese, Molecule Man, with his claws.
Yep. Schnicked him right up.
It's one of the few times I can remember that an actual human gets clawed by Wolverine.
Yeah, and they actually show blood too.
Yeah.
Which is not normal for comics of this time, with the authority and all. You know.
The comic code, yes.
And this scene is also great because it's one of like the 4 times in the story where Rogue gets smashed in the face. Like she just, no matter what she does, someone smashes her in the face with something. That's why you shouldn't have that haircut, Rogue.
She does have the raccoon. Oh no, so the skunk haircut where her hair's real short. It looks like she's got a skunk hat on, a skunk skin hat on.
Yeah.
Being a funky face, well, I'm about to do it again, get smashed in the face with my funky face beard. So that was interesting, and eventually all works out for Molecule Man and he gets healed, but not through a lot of trains and tribulations, a lot of crying for Volcano over his
and a lot of Absorbing Man calling her a broad.
Yep. That's what Crusher Creel does.
That's what Crusher Creel does. Yeah, he should have like absorbed something. Like I think he absorbed the metal from one of the bases once, but he should have absorbed
alien metal. He says,
yeah,
alien metal.
But he should have absorbed
as opposed to all the other metals in the universe that aren't.
Didn't Wolverine cut off his arm, or someone cut off his arm with the alien metal, and he had to make it grow back? Yeah.
Yes.
That was interesting. So, what was your favorite? Just to segue on the Absorbing Man, what is your favorite thing he's ever absorbed? See if we have the same favorite.
If I remember right, my favorite that I can remember is when he absorbed the furnace on a ship.
Oh.
And he becomes like a living molten iron furnace.
Oh, cool. That's not the one I was going to pick.
So it's quite weird.
That is quite weird. I like when he absorbed Quasar's quantum bands.
When did that happen? I can't remember that. I gotta
that was
remember
in like
that one.
Early Quasar, like 3 or 4. On the cover, the Absorbing Man goes cosmic.
Yes.
and he just burns himself out and explodes. So it was really not for anything, but it was a cool look.
Crusher Creel can do those things.
He can do those things.
And one of the better things is when Crusher Creel, the Absorbing Man, compares his ball and chain with the Wrecking Crew's Thunderball's ball and chain.
Yeah. Absorbing Man is better than those guys.
If I remember, did Absorbing Man get his powers from Asgard too?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And so the Wrecking Crew also got their powers from Asgard.
They did. They got him from Loki, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read those when I was reading some back Loki stuff. Oh, have you watched any Loki? I
haven't yet. You read?
Ooh.
You did things with...
I readed them. It's my burden. I know how to read.
But no, I'll hit up Loki, and we need to talk about that sometime.
Yeah, we'll do live watch of the last episode.
Okay. Done and done. Funky face.
Right. So Molecule Man's dead. Just kidding. Almost dead. Right. And so another character we haven't talked about much is the Enchantress. She was there. She hasn't done much except pine over Thor and then get really drunk, which is
it's my favorite when she gets blitzed make
Yeah.
and create her own wine because no one's there to serve her, so she has to conjure up her own wine.
Yeah. And tell me about what Captain America does to her.
And they're in a big fight while she's intoxicated, and Captain America's like, "I'm not taking any chances." Just takes a shield and smashes her in the face.
That's right.
Shield smashed her in the face. She goes down.
Yeah, that was funny. Just like a one-shot smash.
Drunk Enchantress getting shield
Oh,
smashed.
wasn't she like, "I'm a god and you can't defeat
Yeah.
me"? Yeah, she was talking some shit.
Well, that's what you do when you get intoxicated on
Yeah.
Battleworld. You gotta talk some shit.
Alien metal, alien wine.
That alien wine. Whenever it tastes anything like this monkey face.
Mm-hmm. And so, probably the most memorable thing and the most lasting thing to come out of Secret Wars is what we're going to talk about next: is Spider-Man's black costume.
He gets new duds because his is gonna all torn up in a big fight, and all the other heroes go into a machine, and they come out looking shifty and spiny.
Yeah, they get their
spiffy
normal
with new
costumes back. It's
Yes,
weird. They push a button and get their costume. But Spider-Man, what does he do?
he goes in the wrong machine. It appears, and he gets a big ball droplet of black stuff, gooey stuff that absorbs all over his body, and he can control it. And at one time, actually makes high water wasty pants out of his costume.
He does.
But this is the birthplace of everything that goes on after with the Marvel symbiote universe. This is the birthplace, and probably the most famous thing, maybe out of Secret Wars to go forward, I would say.
Yeah, and probably I do like the Hulk cover better, but the cover of this issue where he gets his black costume is probably the most famous cover. Yep,
Yes,
of the Secret Wars series. And I wonder, have they gone like back and dug into this origin of the Venom symbiote to see how it got there on Battleworld, or
they have, but I can't remember completely
yeah,
because I think it was like
so.
Beyonder had trapped them, and because you realized how bad they were or something, and yeah. Or maybe it was that they got absorbed and when he was grabbing all the parts of the universe to build Battleworld. I can't
Yeah, and
remember
just
which.
grabbed a little symbiote
Yeah,
piece. Yeah, but
in a machine.
this is technically, I know a lot of people say that the issue of Amazing Spider-Man, where he has the black costume for the first time, is the first appearance of the black costume, but this is really the first appearance of the
Bah,
black
they know
costume.
nothing. Doom says this is the first appearance.
Yes, they're wrong, says Dr. Doom. Like, if I could have one issue from Secret Wars, I'd probably want this issue because it could I could pay off all my credit cards with this issue.
It could pay off all your credit cards
Yes, and yours.
and mine,
Yes.
and be a symbiote.
Ooh,
Could it pay off symbiote credit cards? Do symbiotes have credit cards?
they make their own credit cards, right?
Can they?
If they want to.
I mean, do symbiotes have credit ratings?
No,
They're not very,
no, they
because
don't.
they absorb other people. So when they absorb other people, is it like getting married? Do they get the credit rating of the person that they absorb?
No. That wipes out your credit report.
It does.
Yeah,
Start over.
You start over like Fight Club.
So they start out with 0 credits. So they had to get all new cards in the mail and figure it out and like rebuild their credit.
Yeah, but their debt's wiped away too.
Yeah, but they got to rebuild all their credit. That's a pain in the ass.
No, that's not as hard as paying off your debts.
Well, yeah, they're like fresh symbiotes out of college, trying to get a new car. They can't because they don't got no credit rating, and so
True.
they're having to pay all these fees. And they have to get the predatory Carnage credit rating card.
Yeah. It's hard
That's
for
charged them
Carnage to
35%
build his credit. Yeah.
35% fees on these things, and they have a credit limit of like $500, and that's when they end up doing bad things. That's my theory.
Like, so if someone's coming, into your establishment and they want to borrow some money to buy a car, and they have these pointy teeth and this weird tongue and all this green stuff coming out, it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be hard for them, I think, to be approved for that credit.
Well, they're not going to get the best rate.
Yeah.
They're not going to have a very good limit.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to trust that they're going to pay that money back.
I mean, maybe that's the reason they're so pissed off. Is they're like, I absorbed this person. I should get his credit rating.
True.
And that's the reason he chose Peter Parker, because he's like, well, no, he didn't. Peter Parker's down on his luck. Never had, always trying to earn money. Poor student. So I don't know why. Yeah.
That's why he took him over. That's why he would take him over at night and have him go out and do things, build that credit rating, make some cash.
Well, I gotta open up a financial planning class for the symbiotes. Because this has got to be an issue.
Yeah, they need help.
They need help.
They need help. They just need to get into the fashion business. Market those high pants.
High waters.
High
Plant
waters.
diggers.
All right. Well, that was fun. What else we got?
So in the cadre of characters that show up in this, we don't get him originally as a person that gets put on Battleworld, but he's been absorbed into Galactus's world ship because he's living sound from a previous adventure, and that is the living man of sound himself, Claw, who you've seen as a constant villain of Black Panther and Fantastic Four in the past, always trying to get that vibranium. But because he's been living as pure sound in Galactus' ship, he's kind of a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, as you would say, when Dr. Doom brings him out on the ship. And Dr. Doom really finds a way to realize that Galactus can absorb power from his home world and other worlds. So Doom figures out he can use the resonance from the living sound that is Claw. So he makes a machine out of Claw, but first he has to dissect him, and he basically turns Claw into Claw cold cuts.
Yeah.
And Claw's okay with it because he's like, I'm living sound. I don't feel anything.
Claw's like, this is neat. What's going on? So he uses Claw to channel Galactus's powers into Doom.
Yes.
Somehow.
Basically, he makes a big subwoofer, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like to me.
To resonate into him.
It was like, I gotta credit Jim Shooter. I would have never thought of that.
Yes.
Good for him. Like,
especially,
let's cut up this guy and make him into a subwoofer
and make him happy to be cut up. But they never show what happens. So they show his like disembodied head, but they never show what happens to his claw gun, his hand, his sound hand gun.
So no, they don't. That's a good point.
Just sitting around.
Like, I don't understand why Doom wouldn't put that to good use.
Doom doesn't need that. Doom has a new subwoofer.
Dr. Doom is the best.
And so that gets Doom unlimited power, which leads to one of the other great covers, and this is issue number 10, where Doom has absorbed too much power and he's breaking apart. And you get to see a big show of the Latvian gun show that is Doom as his armor is falling apart. And this is issue number 10, done by Mike Zeck and Terry Austin. I think it's just a sweet looking cover. I remember it as a kid. It was pretty dope because you see like Doom has taken on everything and all comers, and you can't stop him.
That motivated you to make the Yek gun show?
Pretty much, that's what it was. I was like,
that's what did
Latvian lat bombs. That's what I'm bringing with me.
It's all that Latvian hibiscus.
Yes.
build your muscles with that.
Acres and fields are full of Latvian hibiscus.
Yeah. I want to find that cover. I don't remember that cover. I don't know
you
how
don't?
I forgot it. No.
Well, I'm going to give you a little hint here. Issue 10 comes after 9.
Does it?
Yes.
Well, I should be able to find it then. No problem. Oh, damn. Okay, I didn't know. Like, this is the one where his suit's falling off. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Those some hibiscus guns. Hibiscus guns.
Pretty sweet cover.
Yeah.
Against the Beyond or to the death.
Yeah, I can't believe they made this thing 12 issues, though.
Well, Shooter does nothing small.
Well,
but the story of Doom will be 12 issues, no less.
Yes. And the Beyonder is really just, what do they call it? Like a MacGuffin in this story. He doesn't really, he's in the first issue and the last issue, and he's not really part of it.
Unlike you never see his true form.
Unlike Secret Wars 2, where he's the star of the show.
Yes. He's nothing more than the creator of Battleworld, being the Beyonder from Beyond. And they never really give any motivation in this why he wants to do it. You get a little more in.
It's just when it's over, it's over.
Yeah. In Secret War 2, you get a little more motivation. They follow up with why he did it. And I'll give you a little hint. He was bored.
So you're saying Jim Shooter was bored?
Yeah, this was his entertainment, was to create symbiotes and dissect Claw, the man of living sound. What issue 10 is where when he finally gets all the power at the very end absorbed from Beyonder, and then issue 11 and 12 is the settling out of how they're going to take down Doom with all the power. But what's your favorite part about Doom when he gets non-limited power, finally achieves his height of achievement, and where he can grow hibiscus anywhere in the universe that he wants? What does he do?
He just wants to nap all the time. Like you have the unlimited. He has this unlimited power, and he's like, I gotta take a nap. I can't deal with this anymore. It's like that's why the Beyonder wasn't in this story. Like in between issues 1 and 10, he was just napping.
Yeah,
It takes a lot of energy
hard.
to make Battleworld. It's like it uses you up.
What's one of the things they don't realize about gods is, napping's a big deal. I mean, it features prominently in many mythos,
It does.
including the creation story of the Christians, where we got to take off on Sundays because it's nap time.
Correct. And in the Greek and Roman gods napped all the time too.
Yeah, lots of people nap.
You nap, don't you?
I'm a big.
You love
napper.
your nap. Yeah.
I need my nappy naps.
I
don't think I have the power. I may have the power of the Beyonder. I don't know.
Well,
I don't have the power to resist.
How often do you nap?
I don't have the power to resist this funky face that I'm about to put on by drinking this beer.
Yeah, I just thought that was a very strange plot choice that Doom gets this omnipotent power, yet he can't resist the nap. Jim Shooter.
I feel him, man. I feel him.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
great power comes great. What can we turn that into? With great power comes great
snoozing.
Great nappy nap time. Yeah, that's it. With great power comes great nappy nap time.
It's my dream as a billionaire. What if anyone ever win the lottery? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna take a big nap.
Take a long nap.
I'm gonna take a long nap. I don't have to break down anything. I just nap.
Yeah, so that was sweet. So I think that might be what Doom wanted. Like he's ruling Latveria, dealing with all these fools. Like to quote another podcast I listen to, he's dealing with that fool Richards all the time. Yeah. Those other idiot villains. Doom doesn't need all them. Doom has this power. Doom finally gets to nap. Finally. Deal with all the Doom bots, to make more Doom bots, to battle Mephisto.
I'm done suffering fools who can finally nap. Yeah, he gets all that power and he never brings back his mom, which is, his big quest in life.
Yeah. It's an interesting. So someone didn't read up on their Doom history.
Go straight to napping.
Yeah.
Skips over mom, goes to nap. I'll get to you in a little bit, Mom.
Yeah. So I'm going to make out a list of what I'm going to do when I get near omnipotent power. Number 1, I'm going to bring Kang back to life.
He does that.
Number 2, I'm going to take a nap. Number 3, I don't have my power anymore. Can't do anything.
Can't save my mom. That was a big
number 3.
thing before. Big plot point before for me. But no longer.
Yeah, and so the Beyonder eventually body jumps from several heroes into Claw, and then finally body jumps into Doom and takes his powers back.
And insane. Everybody gets whisked away back to Earth, with the exception of Ben Grimm, who decides to stay in Battleworld without his powers. Yeah.
So, is this before or after the Things solo series?
This is right at the start, I believe. I remember right.
Yeah, in the graphic novel that I'm looking at here, that combines all the Secret Wars issues. It has the preludes when all the heroes find their battle station, in Central Park or wherever. And it's talking about the Fantastic Four here. Let me see what it says. Oh, the Thing number 10 presented the FF's arrival. So his series is already 10 issues long at this point. Interesting.
Well, he was big in Marvel 2 and 1 through 83. And then the Thing series started in 83 properly.
So there must be some like issues of the thing that have him just on Battleworld.
I would
After.
imagine so.
Interesting. I'll have to check those out. I have a couple of those thing issues. I have the one where he meets what's the name of Sharon Ventura? Is that her name? Who becomes the female thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And another one where he's battling people on motorcycles.
What?
Way to go!
What else would you do? You've been to Battleworld. Time to battle.
No, this is
battle
before.
motorcycle
Oh,
games.
this is after Battleworld. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. After Battle.
Yeah, I mean, you got to battle.
Especially guys on motorcycles.
Leather guys in leather on motorcycles. Yeah, dangerous.
If you have a motorcycle, you have leather on. This is a straight line.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's like it was preordained.
Yes, you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
And finally, one of both of our favorite two characters probably throughout the series are Claw and Lizard. We've talked about their wackiness as Claw. Then also Lizard, he just wants to be loved and left alone.
Right,
and he
live in a swamp.
Live in a swamp, and he finds a swamp on Battleworld, which he describes as swamps, lizards to the wasp after he gets injured. And he bounces around, and people treat him nicely, namely the heroes and Volcana. And he eventually gets turned back in. But yeah, he never really aligns with the villains because he's Lizard. He's just a crazy lizard.
Yeah.
And he gets upset when they hurt Wasp.
Yeah, and he and Claw develop a strange kind of relationship where it seems like they were trying to build something out of that. Like I expected like Claw and Lizard team up volume 1 or something after this.
They move into an apartment.
Right.
In New York City and hang out.
Yes.
Because Kirk Connors is a doctor, a scientist. Claw is a scientist.
Yeah, well, and Claw is also, I think Claw is like if you need something that's not easily obtained, Claw can get that for you.
Yes.
Right. And if Claw's made of sound, like think of like Connors wants his arm back, they could just make a new arm out of sound for him.
This is true.
Instead of out of lizard.
Or they could make a sound lizard.
They could make a sound lizard, yes. Come on.
Maybe something called, I don't know, a thunder lizard?
Ooh.
Bam,
interesting.
dinosaurs.
They could fight.
That's how Jurassic Park happened, kids.
Yeah.
Claw and Lizard got an apartment in New York City, Jurassic World.
Yes. They could fight Throg.
Who's Throg? I gotta remember Throg.
It's Thor as a frog.
Oh yeah. Throg is a good character.
He is. Yes.
I'm finally onto something a little less tart.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
I had to clean the palate. Whoa.
Yeah, I'll
strong.
I'll have my second Passion of the Heights.
So overall, those are the big high points that we like the best. I don't know about you kids out there, what you might have liked, but send us your comments on did we get it all right? Did we get it all wrong? Did our beers go well with everything? So what do you give your beer rating on this?
Oh, crud, man. I forgot about beer ratings again. All right, let me see. Since my beer is Passion of the Heights and it's about Dr. Doom's passion to reach godlike heights, my beer will get the rating of it is the goodness. Why do I never think of beer ratings? So this is what it is. My beer.
You can't think.
I can't think. I'm not a thinker.
Matter sane.
I will give it. We'll just do 4 out of 5 naps of gods.
Naps of gods. How about doom naps?
Doom
4
naps.
out of 5
doom naps. Doom naps. Doom god naps.
And I'm going to give my rating apropos to the name and the character. It incorporates 150 billion tons of tartness. That's what I'm going to give it. 150 billion tons of molecule man tartness right in your face. So to round out this episode, are you reading anything, watching anything
Mm.
good recently?
So, I, so this year, one of my goals, because I have lofty goals, right, is to
Nap.
is to nap
Befriend
after.
get an
Not
apartment
just
with a
I have
lizard.
get an apartment with a lizard,
Improve your symbiote credit rating.
and yes, improve my symbiote credit rating, get godlike powers, and then finally take a nap. And I'm almost there. I'm at the get an apartment with the lizard stage still.
It's very
There's
good.
plenty of lizards outside. I live in Florida. I'm just trying to get one. They're feisty. They lose their
One
tails
with
all
a
the
good
time.
credit rating that can co-sign the lease.
Ooh, interesting. That's going to take some work. So one thing I'm trying to do this year is I want to watch all the MCU movies in chronological order, not by scene, but by movie.
Yes.
So I started with Captain America, then Captain Marvel, then Iron Man, then Iron Man 2, then Thor, then Avengers, then Iron Man 3, then Thor the Dark World. So that's where I am right now through 8 of them.
You've skipped
I skipped the
over.
Hulk. I skipped
Yes.
the Hulk. Yeah, I don't have that anymore.
You skipped a movie. You got to start over.
Doesn't count.
You have to go back.
Hey, that's Ed Norton, man. He's okay with it.
Well, I was thinking you had to do the first Hulk too, and then the Ed Norton Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't do it.
You can't get Jennifer Connelly and Eric Bana.
Yeah. If I still have the DVD for the Ed Norton Hulk,
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
As Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh man,
a lot of mustache on that.
There is a lot of mustache on that one. Oh man, I saw the trailer for the man who killed Hitler and then Bigfoot that you were talking about a few episodes ago. Oh, I think I gotta watch that.
You gotta watch it at least for the part where he kills Hitler.
Yeah, I think it's on Prime, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was on
or
Prime.
Hulu, or it's on Hulu, one or the other. And I started to read Chip Zdarsky's new Daredevil. Not new, I guess it's not new. It's like 26 issues. I'm like 2 issues in, and it's pretty good. I always like reading Daredevil. He's a lot of fun. I like the street level stuff.
You like the not so superheroes.
Right. The ones that need cash.
Yeah.
He's got
the ones that have to work as
lawyers.
Yeah. The ones that run Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, just like
because they had to watch over yuppies with $1 billion, $1 million condos.
Right. He's pretty much just like me.
Yes.
Except except he can see and hear better than I can.
Yes. And also, and read, better than you.
And read and lawyer better than I can too.
Top-notch lawyer. Better lawyer.
My boxing and martial arts are much better.
Better lawyer. She-Hulk or Matt Murdock.
Well, there are different kinds of lawyers, right? So She-Hulk defends superheroes or like takes on cases with superheroes, which I think is really cool. It's a neat take. And Daredevil, as Matt Murdock, obviously it's not, he's
represented superheroes before.
He has represented superheroes before, but it's not his thing. He's more of like he's more of like a pro bono legal services kind of guy, and he represents the downtrodden, the same people that he's helping from the criminals of Hell's Kitchen. So
he's a welfare lawyer.
He is kind of like that. Yeah, I think I like Matt Murdock better just because he's scrappier.
We should do a comic where they face each other in court.
They should
with procedurals and evidence and make it really boring.
Yeah, that would be really boring. They should make that a show. Like they should have their own Law and Order.
Yeah.
And they should face each other in the courtroom, and then She-Hulk should like throw the table through the wall.
Superhero intent.
Yeah. Yes. That's supervillain intent.
Yeah, supervillain intent.
Yeah, what about you? What are you up to?
I did jam through the rest of the MODOK on Hulu's. It's worth it just for some of the wacky references that they do later on. Overall the plot's decent and everything, but like I love all the wacky references that if you've read the Handbook to the Marvel Universe, you'll get them all, because eventually you get Anger the Screamer pining for his day when he was a rock singer when they go to the bar with no name and MODOK recruits the team to try to steal Captain America's shield.
No way. Cool.
Yes.
I've never heard of that guy, Angar the Screamer.
You haven't? Oh, yeah.
No.
And he also, on that crew is Pound Cakes, the Melter.
Okay, I've heard of the Melter.
The Melter wants to make a grilled cheese truck. It's his dream.
Well, that's, there's nothing wrong with that. The world needs more of those.
Yeah. You get, what's his name? The juggler guy. I can't think of his name. Or High Pockets, or I can't remember one of the guys. And then also Armadillo.
Oh, Armadillo, sweet.
Who loves to dig. And Armadillo's ex-wife, is now engaged to the mandrill. And you get to see some good mandrill, including blurred out mandrill penis.
Oh, jeez. Any Serpent Society?
No.
What?
No.
Boo.
I think that'll eventually come around.
Yeah.
You do get a Mr. Sinister sighting at the fancy supervillain bar.
Oh, no way.
Where MODOK can't get in. But it's worth it. Worth it just for that one. When he meets up at the bar, no name, and Angar the Screamer wants to play his tunes on the jukebox.
That's cool. Yeah,
but that's it. And
hopefully I'll watch that before my Hulu expires in 9 days.
A day.
Yeah.
It moves pretty quickly.
Probably not.
Other than that, I also saw on Hulu that the Hellstrom series is on there, so maybe I can jam that out also.
That's canceled though.
Doesn't mean I can't jam and watch it.
Doesn't mean you can't. But so I was going to watch Jupiter's Circle on Netflix, but they announced that they're not making season 2. So I'm like, what's the point?
I can't commit. Can't commit. You're not going to give me more stories.
Yep. Nope. You finished watching The Boys yet?
I have not.
Ah, boo.
I've been just jamming on my Hulu shows. I finally got down and watched all the Rick and Mortys. So I never watched all Rick and Morty. So
I've never watched Rick and Morty.
It is worth watching.
I heard it's good. Yeah.
If you take Family Guy and mash it with Futurama, Rick and Morty.
Nice. Yeah, I've only heard good things about it. I think when it came out, my kids were like too young for me to have a cartoon on that they couldn't watch.
One where they swear and they tell lots of blue jokes.
Yeah.
And people die, and they bring people back from alternate universes to replace people that died.
That's a good idea.
And there's one episode where they're going to keep going alternate realities, and everybody turns out to be a Nazi, including when they go to one world that's like run by mosquito people. They're like, "Oh, you wouldn't believe how bad the last world it was. It was run by Nazis." And he goes, "That's not a bad thing." And he puts on his Nazi coat.
Oh, jeez. Mosquito Nazis. That's nice.
And Rick's like, "Fucking mosquito Nazis. You gotta be fucking kidding me."
Good stuff.
All right, everybody. Well, that's going to be it for this show today. Thank you for joining us. Once again, if you want to hit us up and tell us how much you like this show, please send us an email to cbcopodcast@gmail.com. Hit us on Twitter at cbco_podcast, or look at our pictures on Instagram at Comic Books and Cold Ones.
Lots of splash pages.
Like them all. Give us some beer ideas. Give us some more secret war ideas. Make secrets for us and send it to us, and then we'll drop them into the episodes and see if you can find our secrets.
Oh, yeah. Shh. Don't tell anyone, though. It's a secret.
Yes.
And also, too, I said before, leave our podcast a rating, write a review. Let us know what you think. Take a sip of that beer.
I am going to.
You should. You've earned it.
Cheers.
Yes. All right. Cheers, everybody. Take care. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.